Hi, good morning everyone. Welcome back to the next session of Indian Polity. Now, in the previous session, we have seen that what should be the approach for Indian economy, what should be the planning for Indian economy, and then we have seen the mind map for basics for Indian polity. What are the various basics we have to look at with respect to Indian polity, and then we moved on to the definition of government, and then we did types of government. Now we'll do something related to democracy. So the very basic thing with respect to democracy is we'll see that democracy is the very basic definition is it's by the people, for the welfare of the people, and it is responsible to the people. So by the people means it is elected by the people. So it is the opinion of the people. So it is being by the people. Whatever the opinion is, their opinion of the people is taken. So that's why by the people, and for the welfare of the people, for the welfare of the society, and it is responsible to the people only. So it is by the people, for the people, to the people. This is a general definition, but in modern context, whatever the definition is there, it has been expanding. So the basic definition, the elementary definition is something like this, and based on its objectives, based on its features, based on its elements present in democracy, it is supposed to ultimately target welfare state only. So whether it is a capitalistic state or a socialistic state, for example, capitalistic state is exactly opposite to socialistic principles, and it is not going to take care of things like labor laws and land reforms, such things. So irrespective of that thing, whether it is a capitalistic state or a socialistic state, the objective in modern economies or modern governments is to attain the welfare state only. For example, if you take the economies like Cuba, they'll say that they are socialistic, they are not capitalistic. If you take the economies like China or countries like China, the nations like China, they'll say that they are more communistic and socialistic and they are not capitalistic. And they'll keep their land. So it is the case of China and Cuba and North Korea, and up to some extent till recent times, 1990s, it is the opinion of Russia also. When you take on the opposite side, for example, economies like or countries like or nations like United States, United Kingdom, France, these people are capitalistic states, and they'll focus more on productivity and growth of the economy only. They won't focus on welfare of the state based on the definition. But after the Second World War, everyone is towards the definition of welfare state only, whether it is a capitalistic state or socialistic state based on the principles of communism. Everyone is thinking about the welfare state, to attain the welfare state, to achieve the goals in welfare state concept only. Whenever you have the concept of democracy, it is by the people. If it is by the people, you are supposed to do something for the people, each and every individual of the society. Then if you are doing something, you are doing something related to the welfare of each and every individual of the society, then it is ultimately welfare state only. If you want to achieve welfare state, you are supposed to respect the opinion of the people. That means you are supposed to respect your constitution, because it is the constitution only which drives the nation. All modern societies, all modern states are strongly backed up by their constitution. As I said previously, they are backed up by the constitution, they are backed up by the national law, they are backed up by their natural law of the land. So Whenever you have the democracy concept, forget about these three lines: by the people, for the people, to the people. From childhood, we are learning those things. We'll go some more extend explaining the democracy concept. It is welfare state. Forget about whether it is a capitalistic state or a socialistic state. It is supposed to give respect to constitution, national law, natural law, and at the same time, in democracy, whatever may be the kind of democracy, you are supposed to follow the rights. And here comes rule of law. Rule of law changes from land to land. Rule of law in India is different from rule of law in England. So, fundamental rights and rule of law. Rule of law is the base for any application of any implementation of fundamental rights in any society. So, look how we have expanding this concept. Democracy, the basic definition is by the people, for the people, to the people only. But you can expand it up to, okay, in a democracy, irrespective of its economic targets, irrespective of its financial targets, whether capitalistic or socialistic, it has to go for welfare state only. It has to obey the constitution, national law, natural law. It has to give utmost priority to fundamental rights, rule of law. Even in some governments, there will be things like recall. If they don't like the government, they can recall the elected representatives. If they are not liking, they are not accepting the policies made by the government, they can recall, they can make their own laws by taking initiative. Now this initiative is of two types: formal initiative and informal initiative. If you want to do something in your area, for example, if you want development of your own area or your own street, you can approach the local government, you can ask for funds, you can arrange some funds by orally. If you are asking orally, that is informal initiative. If you are asking through a written thing, I want this for the development of my area, I want that for the development of my area, then it is a formal initiative. So recall, initiative. Some nations are having plebiscite facility, some nations are having referendum facility. These are very strong instruments in democracy, and all these instruments are related to direct democracy. Now look how the democracy has advanced from time to time. Initially, when the democracy is its in initial stages, the people are going to elect their representatives only. Then it is gradually went to taking part in economy also, by doing it in such a way that it is focusing on welfare state concept against to capitalistic norms and constitution, national law, natural law, and providing fundamental rights, rule of law, and providing additional facilities like recall, initiative, plebiscite, and the referendum. So, whatever the definition of democracy is there, you cannot limit up to this extent. It is expanding and expanding and expanding day by day. So that's all about democracy. In my next session, I'll discuss about types of democracy. Thank you.